It is me, the April Fool. I didn't move my microphone before I... Hang on. Ignore scuffling mic sounds. There we go. Right, what was I saying? Oh, yes! Yesterday, first off, important business. Yesterday was Trans Day of Visibility, so you may have noticed that I have dressed appropriately. I do not remember who created this prop in Warudo, but props to them, I suppose. Haha. Anyways, happy late Trans Day of Visibility. Yeah! You too, buddy! I haven't turned invisible yet, so we're gonna keep riding the wave. Give me 1 second. I'm getting the game pulled up. We are so visible. That's right, and we are not going anywhere. And I remembered to change the chat box to hide the bots. Not the spam bots, the ones that I added to spam intentionally. Can you tell I'm a mess today? Oh, Jesus. Okay, let's just get Bejeweled up and then get a move on. Glad you could hang out with us, kid. And I see you too in there, Minty. I haven't acknowledged you directly, but I see you in there. Hello. Thank you for joining me. Alrighty. Let's see. Oh, also, if you didn't see my blue sky, I changed all of the point redeems so that they are significantly cheaper, to say the least. My body is wrecked from work and I am avoiding the internet and LMAO, so I am here to chill. Mood! I feel that. Oh my goodness. Right, anyways. It's gonna be pretty chill today, except for all of you, like, spamming me with pop cans and whatever else with your point redeems, I suppose. Yeah! Because, yeah, I was like, you know what would be funny is if I just turned all the point redeems down to, like, ridiculously cheap. Just for today, of course. Alright. If my mic would stay in the place that I want it to be in, that would be great. Oh, I see. Very nice. Yeah! Yeah. Okay. I also have a smoothie. So, you know. Figured it was about time for some set dressing, I suppose. One of these days I gotta, like, get a chair. There's gotta be, like, chairs for Warudo, right? Surely. Just to sort of improve the ambiance, I suppose. That's very, very, very loud. Let's turn that down a little bit. Last stream, we had, like, kind of a huge problem with the frickin' audio, so let me know if it's still, like, bad, I guess. Because I was editing the VOD together since the stream dropped midway through, And I realized that, like, even after the audio adjustment, it's still, like, screaming over me. But yeah, we're just gonna have a nice chill day and play Bejeweled. Hang out. I have more or less curated my... Oh, okay, I think the game sound isn't working on my end. See, that's what was happening last time, and I don't know why. Let me change the settings. Because last time it wasn't working, and so then I changed the device settings. And then it came back, but it was super loud. Should be working now. Oh, okay, there we go. Good. Good. Okay. Let me know if you can still hear me. Okay. I'm trying to decide if we've lost the media pipe track now. We're fine. We're fine. Stop messing with stuff when we're on stream. It's literally fine. Sorry. I love how I was like, stop messing with stuff on stream, and then I immediately started messing with stuff on stream.
Excellent. Level complete.
Tell you what, just for today, I'm just gonna scoot over a little bit. Let's just scoot over. There we go. There we go.
Get ready.
I especially need to stop messing with stuff on stream because it stops the game on you every time I tab out. And I know that's gotta be jarring. Also, fair warning, I did promise no jump scares, but then I also turned down the point redeems on every sound effect to like 10. So that's gonna be a thing. None of them are particularly like jump scary. It's not like Solani's where it's just like give me a heart attack with the FNAF jump scare, but but there you go. But yeah, how have you guys been? Besides work, because I know work's a drag. Believe me, I know. I just picked up an additional 4 hours for tomorrow. Because, like, originally I was kind of in a panic because I had to pick up a shift at the other store in town, the one that I don't normally work at. Because they only scheduled me for like 16 hours, and I was like, that's not okay. I need more money than that. And then this entire week, right? Because obviously I plan stuff for my days off, up to and including this stream right here. The entire week, my phone, the work group chat is like blowing up because people are like, hey, can you pick up some hours? Like, and it's just like, you said there wasn't hours this week. You said there wasn't enough hours. And now you're like, actually, we lied. Pick up some hours 2 hours before like, no, I'm an adult. I have plans. You can't drop things on me an hour ahead of time and expect me to say yes. College is a drag too. Oh, I feel that. I dropped out because I had no money. And I also had a massive depressive episode, which I'm not gonna get into. So yeah, I get it. College sucks, actually. I'm good, just really tired, but they finally hired more people. Nice! Glad you'll be getting some help over there, because being short-staffed, being the only poor son of a bitch on a very short-staffed squad is not fun. I'm sorry, I'm doing it again. I need to stop doing that. I'm gonna get back to stream on Saturday, and I'm gonna be like, why is my person off-centered? I never went to college. Nice! Probably for the best, if I'm being honest. Like, genuinely, like, okay, when I was growing up in school, they were really, really hammering the whole college thing, and I get why. Getting an education is really important. It's also really important to move out of your parents' house for a little bit. Just, even if you decide to go back to your hometown, you gotta leave your hometown at least once for a little bit. But anyways, I digress. They were really hammering the college thing to us, but like the only good that did to me and a lot of the other people my age is that now we're heavily in debt and we either had to drop out because the money ran out or we have a degree that's fucking worthless because there are no jobs actually. And so, if you can avoid going to college and still get the job that you want, like, unless you're going for a career where you, like, really need a degree, like, I don't know, if you want to be a doctor or something, you should probably go to college. But honestly, I would recommend skipping it, or even just, like, taking a year to get the experience and then dipping out, because, like I said, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in debt, and I don't even have the degree to show for it. So, you know. If you can afford college and you can do it and you can stick it out, then great. Good for you. You're bettering yourself. It's not a bad thing by any means. But otherwise, like, genuinely. Yeah, I'm just sticking to being self-taught, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I might go back, genuinely, if I can ever get to a point where I'm financially secure enough to do that. But let's be honest. Not to bring up the economy in my nice... I went twice before, but drop out both times, but I'm motivated to finish this time. Well, yeah, you do that. You get it this time. I believe in you. I don't believe in me, but I believe in you. And that's what matters. I don't know. Part of, like, growing out of the sort of... I guess when I grew up, there was, like, this really sort of, like, image... There was this really strong, like, image in my head of, like, how life is supposed to be. Like, you're supposed to get married and have, like, 2 to 3 children and then, like, college degree, job, buy a house, that sort of thing. And I don't know if I imagined it being hammered in as heavily as I perceived it to be, but, like, when that illusion broke, I took, like, 4d10 psychic damage and had to, like, take several years off to collect myself, so... I guess what I'm saying here is, if that lifestyle doesn't work for you, then that's fine. And if it does, then that's fine too. What's important is to know that you have options. Didn't help that I also turned out to be, like, super queer, so, you know. Didn't work out for me, but I hope it works out for you, Minty. Good luck. Hang in there. I know it's tough. Oh, you know what else is thematic for today? First of all, happy birthday, Kasane Tato. We love you. Second of all, what is your favorite Easter candy? I know we talked a lot about Halloween candy around that time of year, but I'm, like, so tired that I'm just mesmerized by the Bejeweled gameplay right now. I'm just so zoning out watching the gems move. Man, that's what this game is best at, if I'm honest. Like, just that sort of, like... watching the gems move, the very satisfying sort of click noise that they make when they land. It's gorgeous.
Level complete.
Genuinely, I will say though, Easter, in terms of candy, is much weaker than other holidays. I must say. However, strong case could be made for jelly beans. I found out that the grocery store I live next to has obviously they have, like, the regular jelly beans and Starburst jelly beans and, you know, whatever the hell else. But they have a bag of just the black licorice ones. I will say my favorite Easter candy is those Reese's eggs that are actually egg-shaped, not the flat ones. The ones that are actually round in. I know what you mean. I know what you mean, and you're right. They're very good. I'm a huge jelly bean person, personally. Specifically, I'm one of those freaks that likes black licorice. Which was great when I was in school, because I would end up with like 4 times as many jelly beans as everyone else. Because everyone else would be like, oh, you, the black ones, I don't want these. And I'd be like, give them to me. I will take them off your hands. But yeah, I was super excited when I found an entire bag of just the black licorice ones in the store. Because the regular, like, flavors don't include black licorice anymore because no one likes it. And that makes me sad because I do like it. I like it, but it's not my favorite. Fair. And it's not that bad. And I will die defending black licorice, frankly. I imagine you probably wouldn't be buying an entire bag of just the black licorice ones, though. I would be. And in fact, did. I am also kind of a sucker for a good chocolate rabbit, but it's gotta be, like, okay, the hollow chocolate rabbits are better than the solid chocolate rabbits. I can't explain it. I think it depends on the brand for me. The generic black licorice doesn't taste as good as some other ones. That's true! That's also true. Like, Jelly Belly obviously perfected the jelly bean, and they didn't have anywhere to go but down, which is why they invented, like, a bunch of, like, horrible flavors for people who want to try horrible flavors. Hi, Zagger! Nice to see ya! Glad you can make it. All the point redeems are cheaper than usual. Thank you! Good to see ya. We were talking about jelly beans. Specifically, we were talking about the black ones that I love, and no one else does. Literally segued from a conversation where we were talking about college and how it's good to be different from other people, and then I was like, also I'm a freak who likes black jelly beans. BRB, gotta grab a snack. Ooh, what you snacking on? Always a pleasure. I've been vibing while at work, but you deserve the best. Thank you! I saw a video of a woman putting strawberry mousse into the center of a hollow bunny. Might be too sweet for my diabetic ass, but it looked good. That does sound good. That sounds like it would be good to do, like, once, and maybe never again. Like, I feel like by the time you got to the end of the strawberry mousse-filled rabbit, you'd be like, I never want to eat this again, but it would be worth it in while it was happening, you know? I also just have, like, a huge weakness for sweets. Just in general. Although I will say, not a fan of Peeps, really. I'll have, like, 1 or 2, and then I'm like, that's enough. Like, Peeps is too much. Those and, like, moon pies, where I'm just like, this is not good, actually. Putting something inside the hollow rabbit. Now that's a Galaxy Brain idea, I think. It's like, I don't know, I feel like the thinner chocolate is better than, like, when it's, like, a solid... Because first of all, like, biting into... Because, like, the solid rabbits are never, like, as... It's the same amount of chocolate, really, by weight. Because, like, even though the hollow one looks bigger, it's hollow. And the solid ones are flatter and not as three-dimensional, right?
No more moves.
But when the chocolate is, like having to bite into the thick part of, like, a solid chocolate rabbit is kind of horrible, actually. Because it's too thick. It doesn't bite off well, it doesn't chew well. Whereas the hollow ones, right? You can bite into it in a satisfying sort of way, and it just kind of crunches better. I don't know. Maybe I'm talking out my ass.
Go.
Always important to talk about candy preferences around the holidays, especially when I'm playing Bejeweled, because they definitely look like little candies to me. That's a good point. Yeah, that's kind of my process is like the solid ones are harder to like physically chew and eat. I used to like the solid ones, but they are really hard to bite. Yeah, like that's kind of the problem, is that like they kind of take too long to eat because you're kind of like strategizing how to actually bite through like 2 solid inches of chocolate. Because like regular chocolate bars are thinner, and they're thinner so that you can like, you know, because chocolate is a very firm candy, you know? I don't know.
Excellent. Level complete.
What was your snack, by the way, Prison Kid? I asked what you were snacking on, but I think I asked immediately after you left. Alright, I got cheese sticks! Hell yeah! And a peanut butter sandwich. Sick! Love a good cheese stick. I was at, I work in a pharmacy that's inside of a grocery store, right? So I'll be like going home and just kind of like halfway looking at like the frozen food or whatever to see if there's something that catches my eye. They had frozen cheese curds, and I was so tempted to buy a box of frozen cheese curds and see how they turn out. It's like, especially since we have like an oven and an air fryer. I feel like you wouldn't want to microwave frozen cheese curds. That would be awful. But if you baked them in the oven for like a good 10 minutes, that might be good, actually. And I like cheese curds like at Culver's and like at restaurants. I like to get cheese curds. Which might be why my stomach is so horrible to me, but I digress. I'm a sucker for fried cheese. I'm also a sucker for regular cheese. I really like cheese. Okay.
Level complete.
Same, I love cheese. Cheese love! Love cheese. It's so good. Like, literally, I was looking at that and I was like, could I explain myself if I brought this home and made us eat it for dinner? Because they also had, like, fried pickle chips. Like, you know the ones where it's just like, it's like a sliced pickle and it's breaded and fried. Another thing that I'm just kind of a sucker for. But I know my husband doesn't really like pickles, so I would have to eat all of them. Oh yeah, pickle chips, yes! I don't know. I feel like a key part of human experience is getting together with the people that you like to hang out with and just being like, what foods do you enjoy? I also enjoy those foods. I feel like humans have been discussing which foods are the best ever since we developed language, frankly. Honestly though, it's so real. Like, I feel like the conversation in these streams always loops back around to food, and that is not a bad thing. Actually, can we just talk about food forever? I am making... Well, I was kind of torn. I wasn't sure if I wanted to make taco pizza or if I wanted to make chicken parmesan. I did end up putting a chicken in the fridge, but I could still swing to taco pizza. I haven't decided. Same thing always ends up happening with me and my friends on TR chat. We always end up circling back around to talking about food. It's just, because it's just like, you know what everyone likes? Food. It's such an easy topic, and you can bring it up with, like, literally anyone and just be like, hey, what's your favorite Halloween candy? And there will be an answer. Or you could be like, candy corn, yes or no, and there will be a discussion. It's very reliable in that sort of way.
Good.
Talking about the cheese has made me want a quesadilla. Oh, yeah. God, quesadillas would be good too. It's like, okay, we made taco pizzas a couple weeks ago because my husband came home from work and he was like, I was talking to a coworker and they brought up like taco pizza as a dinner idea and I thought that that sounded good and I was like, fuck it, let's try it. And it turned out really, really well because like, so when I was growing up, we discovered, in the way that you do when you're just sort of fucking around a little bit, that you can use tortilla shells as a pizza crust. So we would make, like, you know, single-serve mini pizzas for, like, my mom and my brother and I, just by, like, using the tortillas that we already had, stacking the two flour tortillas together so it's thick enough and using that as a crust. Because everything else we kind of just had on hand routinely. It was just like, I don't want to buy a pizza crust. But it's like, you don't really need to if you just have tortillas on hand a lot of the time, which we do. So I was like, okay, let's make a taco pizza. We have tortillas. I can use tortillas for the crust. Went to the store to get some lettuce, so that it was something besides, like, meat and cheese. And then I bought, just on a whim, because I was gonna use red enchilada sauce for the sauce. On a whim, because it was cheaper, I just bought this, like, generic brand jar of, like, taco sauce. Like, the stuff that Taco John's just puts on your taco. You know, that kind of, like, red sauce that they just use sometimes. And I was like, I have no idea what this tastes like. I hope it's good. And I put it in the shopping cart. And you know what? It was pretty good. It was sweeter than I expected it to be. And it kind of offset the cheesiness, like, exactly in the way that you would want a pizza sauce to do. Because I didn't want to use regular pizza sauce. Because it would clash with the taco seasoning. You know what I mean? And I was thinking about that. It does sound really good. It turned out really good, because, like, I just made, taco meat with the ground pork that we have, because red meat's expensive. So we've been buying pork because it's, like, $2 a pound. Very easy to just sort of get your hands on. My mom always orders taco pizza from a pizza place in town. Yes! Like, taco pizza is really good. It's kind of underrated, if I'm being honest. But the thing is, like, when I go out for pizza, I'm not thinking about tacos. I'm thinking about pizza. You know what I mean? So I just don't, like, think of it, you know?
Level complete.
And, like, we have a Casey's in town. Casey's is kind of famous for taco pizza, I think. Or at least it would seem that way by the way my mom talks about their taco pizza. But yeah, no, it's one of those things that's, like, surprisingly easy to make because you just make taco meat the way that you would normally make taco meat. And then you would... Sorry, I got distracted. I think Nightbot was trying to say that there's an ad coming up, but it got deleted for some reason. Anyways, sorry about that. What was I talking about? I was talking about taco pizza, right? So you make the taco meat. You just use your cheddar or your cheese blend. I think the cheese we got from the store is like Monterey Jack. cheddar, whatever the hell else it's that, you know how you go to the grocery store and there's that bag of cheese that's like Mexican blend, and it's like, okay, whatever you think is Mexican is fine. But it's definitely not, like, actually Mexican, if that makes sense? I don't know. White people Mexican. Like, that's the cheese that we just kind of have to put on everything, because most of what we eat is, like, it's tacos, or it's the hamburger helper, cheesy enchilada, or, you know, stuff like that. So we go through that cheese so frickin' quickly. And in fairness, it is a pretty good cheese blend. That was the cheese blend I used on the pizza instead of, like, mozzarella, right?
No more moves.
And then I used just, like, the frickin', just the, so like, 2 tortillas on top of each other. You need 2. 3 is too many, it's too thick, and 1 is not enough, it's too thin. 2 is about right. 2 flour tortillas stacked on top of each other for the crust, and then you put your taco sauce on there, your enchilada sauce, whatever. And then you just bake that in the oven until it's all melty and gooey, you know? I'm not doing a very good job of explaining how to make a pizza, but if you need to know how to make a pizza, watch someone on YouTube who's more helpful than I am telling you how to make a pizza. Now I really want the quesadilla, yeah. Cause, like, I woke up, I was thinking about taco pizza, and I was like, it would be cool if I made taco pizza for dinner. Since I'm not working today, and my husband is, so that means it's my turn to cook. And I'm so comfy, I'm thinking I'll wait for a few more minutes. Fair. I was just kind of thinking about that when I woke up today. And then, when I was in the kitchen earlier, I realized we still had, like, spaghetti left. I was like, you know what we haven't had in a while? We haven't had chicken parmesan in a while. I'm gonna put some chicken from the freezer into the fridge, and we'll have chicken parmesan. And now I don't know. Either way, I would probably have to go to the store and get stuff, because we don't have spaghetti sauce. We don't have lettuce. Lettuce is one of those things that we just don't really keep in the house, because it goes bad too quickly. Like, generally with produce, we just buy it the day of, because it'll go bad if we don't. Which means that either way I would have to wait for my husband to get home so I can steal his debit card, because I have a whole $2 in my checking account until I get paid tomorrow. Unless someone wants to pop like $5 in my Ko-fi so I can go buy lettuce. I'm about the same until I get paid on Friday. Yeah, it's... Because, like, the other thing was, I literally, like, last week, I took my piggy bank to the bank because it had just been sitting there, you know, collecting for so long. And it had, like, $70 worth of coins in it after I, you know, put it in the counting machine and then got that added to my account. And I was like, great! I have an extra $70, that'll give me a good cushion for, and then I had to pay the doctor, and then I had to buy laundry soap because I needed to wash our sheets and stuff, and then I had to fucking refill my laundry account, and now it's gone. It just evaporated. Actually wild how expensive stuff is nowadays. It really is. It really is. Hi, Apex! Good to see ya! Glad you could join us today. We're just chilling. We're playing Bejeweled. We're talking about candy and stuff, as the usual. Okay, now I am curious. What is your favorite jelly bean flavor? If you're a jelly bean person, what flavors do you go for? I talked at length about how I love the black licorice jelly beans. Now I'm curious about the rest of y'all. Buttered popcorn? The buttered popcorn one is good. Like, that's probably one of the best Jelly Belly flavors. Like, especially when you get into kind of like the weird flavors. My favorite thing about Jelly Belly specifically is how they were like, well, we've already perfected the jelly bean. Let's see how far we can go and still call it a jelly bean.
Excellent.
I really like the green ones and the pink ones. The fruity flavor is not so much the cherry or like banana though. I feel that. I'm just not a huge fan of banana candy in general. Like banana flavored candy does not taste good to me. I like actual bananas. But the candy flavor is not good to me.
Level complete.
Yeah. Yeah! And it's weird, because I'll be like, yeah, I don't really like banana candy. And they'll be like, you don't like bananas? And it's like, no, I like bananas. I don't like the candy. No, I don't like. The banana popsicle? Ooh, yeah. Not a fan of that. Yellow candy should be lemon flavored or pineapple flavored. In my opinion. In my humble opinion. Pineapple would be so good. Yeah, dude. Ah, jeez. I don't even remember what they're called. But there's like this brand of popsicles where they put like fruit chunks inside the popsicle. It's like one of those like, I don't know, organic things. But like genuinely, the pineapple popsicles they make are fucking amazing. And it's got like actual pineapple chunks in the popsicle. So like the popsicle tastes like pineapple and has pineapple in it. Actually blew my mind, but I don't usually get them because they're kind of expensive compared to other sort of frozen sweets. Now, if I set off this chain reaction, it's gonna pop my thingy here, so I'm gonna just use that. There we go. I think they have strawberry ones too, which I've never really tried. Because it's like, if I'm gonna spend my money on fancy popsicles, I'm gonna get the ones that I know I really like. You know what I mean? Also, speaking of point redeems, I started a community challenge thing because Twitch was poking me about it. It was like, you should start a community challenge for point redeems. I'm like, yeah, okay. I have been talking about potentially doing a freaking Mountain Dew tier list stream for a long time. Hi, Suki! Good to see ya! Glad you could make it. But yeah, long story short, you can redeem your points to make the Mountain Dew Taste Extreme a reality. Instead of just me going, that would be fun, and never doing it. And I know it said this earlier, but just for today, just for a little bit of fun, I turned all of the point redeems down to like 10. So, if you want to spam throw cans of soda at me or whatever, that is your prerogative. Did it go? I saw the point redeem. I don't know if it actually... Hang on, let me change... I didn't hear it. Maybe I didn't hear it because I was... talking to... Hang on. I know what... Give me like 2 seconds. I'm gonna adjust my settings on stream. One moment. Okay, we're gonna give it a try like now. Actually, I'm just gonna give it a try real quick because I have infinite channel points. Let's just try a quick.
Bruh.
There it goes. Yep. Okay, that might be too loud actually. I can't see the chat because it won't let me close the point redeem. Okay. There we go. Chat is back. Volume is fixed. I needed to open the volume mixer to make sure that Bejeweled was quiet enough while the rest of the sounds actually come through. Which I also need to really do next time I play Pokemon on Saturday because, oh boy, I listened to that VOD and I was like, wow, that's a lot of extremely loud Pokemon music. Because, yeah, fun fact, I actually can't tell how loud it is comparatively on stream with the way that I have everything set up, which is why every stream I'm like, do I sound okay? And somehow the answer is always no. Oh. Anyway. But yeah, even the boo beam and the hats and everything, it's 10 points now, so... I will never understand the audio on stream. I will never either. I think what happens is Kasane Tato goes into your computer and just fucks with the settings when you're not looking so that it never works when you're alive. Like, I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
No more moves.
Oh! There it is. Yep. Hello. Ha ha! Woo! Christ. Whew. Right on time, too. Yeah, you caught me right as I died. Honestly, I think that's the best part about, because, like, okay, Warudo's tracking is a little bit better, the lighting and everything looks nicer on the model, but the best thing about Warudo is that you can do shit like this. No moves left to do, you get the Mountain Boo. Yeah, that's right. Oh, I should have... Oh, I could have got 5 in a row instead of... I don't know.
complete.
Because, yeah, I think the problem was I was turning, like, the whole audio down for my computer because the game volume was so loud comparatively. I need to remember I need to go into, like, the volume mixer settings and turn the game down individually. And then hopefully my computer will just remember that volume setting. I know it has when I played Stardew Valley, because I remember... For some reason, when I play Stardew Valley on this computer, like, the volume is so overwhelmingly louder than everything else. Like, I have to turn- I was having to turn the volume down, like, almost all the way just to make it, like, manageable, and I was like, okay, this needs to be dealt with in an individual sense, because it was definitely just that program. I wonder if... Sorry, there's a fly. There's a fly. I wonder if that's just, like, some setting in my computer with to do with games. I don't know, man. Nah. I'm just gonna blame Kasane Tato and move on with my life. He's in my hard drive messing with my audio settings.
Good.
Also, do you like my smoothie? Like, okay, I was not planning on doing anything else that was, like, silly. I was like, I'm just gonna put on, like, trans bandana because yesterday was a trans day of visibility and I didn't stream yesterday, so we're doing it today. And then I was like, wait, Warudo has an ostrich prop? And I remembered the meme. You know the meme.
Level complete.
The iCarly meme where they're like, what you got there? And he's like, smoothie, and there's an ostrich behind him. I do like your smoothie. Thank you! I might make that just like an actual, like, point redeem in the future. I freaking loved iCarly growing up, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, no, I was looking through the Warudo props and I was like, wait, there's an ostrich? I know what I have to do. It was, genuinely. Was it, like, high art? Probably not, but, you know, it was fun.
Cancel. Good.
I'm Gibby. Yes! Let's be real, we are all Gibby. just you gotta love Gibby. Gibby was like the best part of the show. Oh fuck, I blew up my... Ah! Anyway. It's fine.
Level complete.
Guys, I'm sorry, I might not be a pro Bejeweled gamer because I totally just blew up my power up there without using it. Spencer was your favorite? Yeah, and that's also fair. I, like, imprinted on Sam because I was a T-boy egg who needed some form of masculine representation in media. I was like, she's a tomboy, just like I am. Little did I know. That and just, I feel like more female characters should employ violence as a solution, frankly. We got enough guys on TV employing violence as a solution. You need more girls employing violence as a solution.
Level complete. Get ready.
Whew.
Excellent.
I can't tell if we've gotten an incredible yet. I haven't noticed. Also, I moved the viewer attack from a panel to an overlay, and I have no idea where that moved it from you guys' perspective. I am deeply sorry, but to be fair, viewer attack was just kind of confusing to use anyways, because you had to, like, go into the extension. I don't know.
More moves.
The sound, like, the soundbite point redeems are easier because they're just that you redeem your points and the sound happens.
Go.
Okay, I'm getting too cozy and I'm about to fall asleep, so I need to get up. I'm gonna make my quesadilla, so be right back. You do that! Quesadilla sounds good. I'm being swung more towards taco pizza for dinner now. Now that the idea is being suggested to me. I suppose I could still use the chicken I put in the fridge to thaw. Although, to be honest, that chicken is not going to be thawed by dinner time. I put it in the fridge like an hour before stream, and it's just not going to be ready. So I might, because the ground pork or whatever thaws better in the microwave, so I might use that. I got my husband a meat grinder for Christmas. And I'll tell you for why, okay? I can explain. It's because every time he wanted to make tacos, every time he was like, I'm gonna make cheesy enchilada hamburger helper or whatever, he was like, I need to start cooking like 3 hours early so that I can mince the meat into tiny little like mince pieces. And I'm like, babe, you don't gotta do that. The chunks are fine. And he was like, no, I need it to be small. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, I can't just sit here and watch him spend 3 hours on dinner every day because he's trying to cut meat into the smallest size possible with a knife. And so I was like, we're getting a meat grinder. I'm getting you a meat grinder. I'm gonna buy it as a Christmas present, and that way we just have something so that we can use this meat in a way that's easier for you specifically, because I'm normal and I'd cut my meat into normal size chunks. And it was a great purchase because like I said, like we've been getting like pork loins and stuff for like $2 a pound at this grocery store, and then just like, you know, cutting it up ourselves. Having a meat grinder really helps expedite that process. And it makes the meat easier to use just in general because you just, you know, you put it in the frying pan, you scramble it up like hamburger, and that's that. I even did make hamburgers with it the one time, which was a really good idea, frankly. It turned out really well, actually. I was worried the flavor would be lacking a little bit because it was pork and not beef, but I shouldn't have been worried. It was perfectly fine. But yeah, no, I'm so, cause like, I don't know. We were kind of talking about this earlier because my piggy bank money dried up in an instant, but like, I'm so annoyed with the way that the laundromat works at my apartment building. It's like, I love living in this apartment so much more than living in my old apartment. This is great, I'm happy here. But what sucks is that the laundromat makes you use an app. You have to load money into the app and then use the app to activate the machines. They won't just let you use quarters like a normal person. And the app has a fee. Every time you load, like, money on the app, it's like, and give us an extra 30 seconds because you decided to use the convenient app. And I'm like, I didn't decide to use the app. If it was up to me, I would still be firing quarters into those laundry machines. But yeah, I needed to wash, like, my work uniforms or else I'm not gonna have anything clean for tomorrow when I go to work. And now I have $2 in my checking account, so basically whatever I decide to make for dinner, I'm gonna have to wait until hubby gets home to steal his money anyways. He does try to show up to my streams when he can, but obviously he's working at the moment. I don't think he's not gonna get off work for another, like, 3 hours. I'm kind of hungry. I want more snacks. I ate kind of a light lunch, because I wasn't in the mood to, like, make much for myself, but now I'm like, maybe I should, like, make some ramen or something just to hold me over. Because regardless of what I decide to cook, it's probably gonna take a bit to get done.
No more moves.
Okay, fine. Man, I'm playing like shit today.
Go.
Free line. Unfortunately, I cannot threaten the machines at gunpoint. That doesn't work. Surely I cannot threaten the machines at gunpoint. Because they are machines and they do not understand the concept of being shot. The only thing that would happen if I shot the machines would be that the machine would break and then I'd probably get charged for it by the landlord. But yeah, pretty much the only good thing about our last apartment was that the laundry was free. It was kind of like a shared accommodation thing. And, like, none of us had to pay for it, but, like, that was at the cost of not having a fucking thermostat, so I don't think it was worth honestly. What I do find interesting is that when y'all redeem, like, the boo beam and the soda cans and whatever, it triggers in Warudo before it triggers in the alert box. Which is very interesting to me. But yeah, part of why I want a better computer is so that I can do more fun stuff like that in Warudo and have it, like, not abort my computer's existence.
Get ready.
How funny would it be if I just wrote that into my VTuber lore? Like, I just have an ostrich named Smoothie. Don't ask why. Don't worry about it. I've got a lot of these explodey gems built up. Let's set some of them off. Because I'm not gonna lie. Kinda in love with the ostrich. I kinda wanna make the ostrich a point redeem in the future, like the glasses and the hats.
Level complete. Get ready.
Whew. What you got there, Smoothie? Oh, you know, Smoothie. There's the husband. I did tell him about the smoothie ahead of time a little bit. Mostly because I was excited. I was like, look what I found. Should the smoothie be a point redeem? Yes or no? What do you think? Because I already have, like, so many point redeems. I'm pretty sure everybody opens the point redeem, like, menu on my chat, and they're like, oh, point redeems. Kids back! With quesadilla this time. Is it just a plain cheese, or... Smoothie existed? I am gonna have to turn the Austrian... Oh, God! Okay. Real talk, I didn't mean to use that hypercube. I, like, moved my hand when I saw the... Plain cheese quesadilla, that sounds good. Do you have donuts on the stick? That sounds good. Maybe? I'm sure there's gotta be something like that. Every time I open the community portal in Warudo, it's just like, wow, somebody really did model this for a VTuber. That's how I found the shrimp hat.
Motherfucker.
Oh. Yeah, no, for real. Genuinely, though, I misclicked when I saw the boobie. Like, you really actually threw me off for a second. But yeah, I thought it would be fun if just for today I let y'all spam me with emotes. Nice. Oh! Nice! Thanks for the glasses. Now, the glasses do have a timer on them. Mostly because I didn't want Warudo to, like, shit itself for people trying to trigger it many, many times in a row. That was just the sound effect I put on the alert box. I'll probably change it. I need to change it to something that's a little... Oh, we got the hat redeem. We got the hat redeem. This is not a drill. Traffic cone it is. I'll be honest. I do not know which hats are bound to which buttons. I'm just pressing whatever I can get my hands on. There is so much stuff on my VTuber right now. I was given points and free will. This is in God's hands now. Well, don't forget about the, Oh, there it is. Ow! Oh my god! Okay. Would just like to say, don't forget about the community goal that you were spamming. I'm resigned to this. I would like to say up until this point, almost no one has been spamming point redeems. So really, I should have seen this coming. There's gotta be a water bottle in here somewhere, but... I am drinking water. If you should know anything about me, it's that I'm a channel point hoarder. Nice. I like to sort of... Ah! Thank you. I like to sort of try and save them up for the right moment, you know? Like when Solani was streaming, I was like, I gotta save my points so that I can trigger Big Man Blastoise while he's running from something in Resident Evil. Synchro in the chat, like, is anyone gonna spam this VTuber? Not waiting for an answer. Big man Blastoise opportunities are the goal. That's true. Oh, oh god. No. I thought I fixed it so that it... Never mind, it's not important. But this is the... Oh my god! Give me like 5 seconds. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna stop. I'm just... I think the alerts box is like struggling to keep up a little bit. I'm just gonna stop reacting at this point. It's fine. Is there a way that I can take channel point redeems away from you specifically? I hope you like listening to the witch cackle, because it's gonna be that for the next, like, hour. Or at least until he gets off his lunch break. You know, I did... Because, like, I thought I had it set up so that Warudo would also play, like, a sound effect with the blue beam, because it doesn't by default, and it's just weirdly silent. But now I think... I do remember when I was... there was, like, a time when I was going in and, like, setting stuff up, and I closed Warudo, and for some reason I pressed no when it asked me if I wanted to save the scene, and I think I might have accidentally undone all of my changes. Oops. We'll fix it later. Thanks for the contribution to the point goal. Fool, yeah. Yeah. I was working in, I think what I was doing was I was doing a lot of, like, experiments in, like, a different, like, UTAU project file or something, so I just kind of got in the habit of, like, ignoring that prompt, and then I fucked myself a little bit. Oops.
No more moves.
Ah, okay. Sure, okay. Sometimes a little bit of goo gets, like, stuck on my shoulders. No moves left to do, you get the boo, that's true. That's true. I should play better at Bejeweled if I don't want to get soaked in Mountain Dew. In legally distinct Mountain Dew. It is legally distinct, PepsiCo, don't at me. I just know for sure that there are VTubers out there who use that ability in Waruto for something that's not water or soda. I don't need to look, I just know. I missed it while I was on the ad break. Haha, you fool! Loser! I'm joking, I love you.
Level complete.
Yeah, there's a non-zero chance, yeah!
Get ready.
Because, like, you do the onboarding in Warudo, and it's like, you can make it so that it dumps water on your avatar, and I'm like, somebody uses that for not water. I don't need to ask, I just know. Glad you're still with us, Apex. Sorry for hitting you with that all of a sudden, but what can I say? I wonder if my... You know what we should do one of these days? We should test and see if my computer can handle streaming Among Us. Oh! Ah! It sucks that the alert box is... Well, okay. The alert box is so late with that it kind of seems like she's laughing at me. Which was not intentional, but I'm leaving it. But I'm leaving it. I thought I saw something moving out of the corner of my eye. I'm like, am I being attacked again? Have I been attacked again? That makes it funnier. Yeah, it really does. I know Prism Kid and I. Prism Kid made the logo, by the way. The logo that's on my shirt. This beautiful thing, and that is also one of our gorgeous emotes. I know we were talking about making like an actual design for the Mountain Dew can. I was thinking about that recently, and I was thinking, how funny would it be if we just put a bunch of like random nonsense in the ingredients panel? Because I found a really nice blender model of a soda can, and we can retexture it easily. And at some point, I'm gonna retexture that, and like we're gonna retexture that and put it on the caffeine release and, you know, whatever else. Essence of life. Yes, oh my god, I completely forgot about that. Would be really funny. Yeah! I was just thinking about that the other day. I was thinking, like, what kind of ridiculous ingredients can we put in this freaking, you know, like, put the disclaimer, like, known to the state of California to cause birth defects in a second head or something like that. I mean, we might as well. We're kind of sticking with the Halloween theme, you know?
Incredible.
5,000,000% her daily dose of asbestos. Either that or the ingredients panel just says, don't worry about it. Which would be equally funny. Don't worry. Don't worry. Maybe we could put that in, like, the nutritional content. In, like, the little nutritional content panel, it could just be like, sugar, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Ingredients, don't worry about it. May include cobalt 60. This liquid cannot legally be described as food. Enough. Enough caffeine to bring back the dead, guaranteed. I don't know. When it's finished, I want to make like a fake sponsorship post on Blue Sky where I'm like plugging the substance. What made the Ninja Turtles? Yeah. May result in Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles. I don't know, I just think it would be funny. Keep away from bad turtles.
Excellent. Level complete. Get ready.
I need to get better at learning how to, like, I could animate it in MMD, but I know Wardo also has, like, a bunch of, like, animation things you can do with it. I don't know. But yeah, funnily enough, like, I had the ostrich positioned, like, well ahead of stream time. May result in apocalyptic gas and spontaneous reincarnation. But yeah, no, I realized literally 2 minutes before pressing go on this on OBS that I also thank you. Thank you. I also had a smoothie model. It came with this a smoothie prop. It came with the soda can props that Synchro just threw at me. And I was like, oh my god, wait, I can actually give the ostrich a smoothie. So, like, literally 3 minutes before going live. 3 minutes before going live, I'm like, I gotta get the smoothie on the ostrich.
No more moves.
I was hoping I could get a high score today, but apparently not. Oh, there it is. Yep. I'll play better, I swear. You're telling me we could be splattering me with smoothies. You know the drill. We could, yeah. It's like the smoothie model didn't make sense to me with like the whole caffeine thing, because you don't usually put caffeine in smoothies, but like, I can make it work. I can make it work. I think it also came with like an orange juice carton. It was like a drink pack, I think.
Excellent.
So yeah, at the moment that redeem is set up for it to like randomly pick between the assortment of soda cans that came in that pack.
Get ready.
I'm hoping to turn them into custom props and stuff. To make it more, you know, suitable for the lore and the theming. But I might have to make a smoothie redeem. If only so that our beautiful ostrich friend does not have to go away forever after today. Because the ostrich prop is actually one of the default ones that comes with Warudo. Like, that's why I wasn't entirely aware that I had it before, like, 4 hours ago. What the fuck am I looking at? Okay. Okay. I gotta lean back. I gotta lean back because I can't quite tell what I'm looking at. Thank you, automatic hit. Oh my god! We were on level 2. Bejeweled, man, why do you do this to me? Redeem named what you got there, and it just pops up with a smoothie. Fuck. That's a great idea. I'm gonna have to find that like clip so that I can sample it for the redeem. Smoothie.
Go. Excellent. Excellent. Level complete.
Because, like, I really like the point redeems, because, like, there's always been, like, extensions or whatever for, like, bits to trigger sound effects and things like that, but some of us are broke-ass bitches. And I don't want the broke-ass bitches to be left out of my chat, because I am a broke-ass bitches. To put it lightly. Cough, cough, Kofi. Anyways. So yeah, I was like, let me just set up some point redeems, and then I think I might have gotten a little overboard with the point redeems. But, you know, there's no limit. I can do whatever I want. It's my stream. If I want to set everything to 5 points and get pelted with soda cans and Mountain Dew the whole day, then that's my prerogative. Ow. There's gotta be a way to set up a bonking animation in Warudo. I just don't... Sorry, I heard what that sounded like. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant, okay? I don't know.
Excellent.
Yeah, that one should actually bonk you and have, like, yeah, there's gotta be a way to set that shit up in Warudo, I just don't know how. One of these days I ought to just have, like, a beta test stream where instead of me playing Bejeweled and talking to you like a normal person, I'm just fucking with my stream settings the whole time. I don't know, would that be fun? Would it be fun to look behind the scenes, or would it just... No bonking for you, my hips are terrible with the weather. Only my husband is allowed to make comments like that in chat. Just for future reference. Synchro can! I generally do not, what can I say? I'm not one of those VTubers. Not that there's any shame in it. It's just not for me. We need a new hat. We need a new hat. Let's go with this. This one? No, not that one. There we go. That's the hat. I forgot I had the Santa hat in there somewhere. I think I was trying to set that up for, like, Christmas, and then what happened was I went on a surprise hiatus, right before December. I'm sorry, but the best thing about this hat is the physics. It is the physics. I was high-key tempted to start the stream with the hat and just not say anything, but then I thought of the ostrich and I was like, that's funnier. It's funnier if I just have the ostrich. Unfortunately, I'm not very good at, like, setting up the gag where you just do something weird and don't acknowledge it because I'm too much of a silly Billy and I like to be like, look at my ostrich, look at him, look at my boy. He's got a smoothie on his head. On his head. Yeah. I don't normally get too into April Fools, but I felt like I'd do something a little bit silly, you know?
Hello, darkness, my
Okay.
I've come to talk with you again.
And I did actually remember to go into my chat box settings,
Surprise, motherfucker!
so that it hides the Nightbot chats, just because I would get, like, the automated Nightbot, check out my throne, and it would just, like, move every chat message up out of view. So I was like, okay, I need to do something about that. I also tweaked the font size a little bit so that it wouldn't, you know, so that it would be a little easier to see. Oh my god, I just remembered one of Solani's streams. It was really funny because he was like, hold on guys, I gotta take care of something. And then he forgot to trigger the be right back screen. So what happened was his entire VTuber just like walked off and left the game up. And then he came back and he was like, oh, I forgot to put up the be right back screen. I should have clipped it. I really should have clipped it. I wasn't thinking about it that day. I was thinking, I have to save up enough points for Big Man Blastoise. Oh my god. I am turning that down. Oh god. I mean, we might as well show off all of the channel point redeems. It's a good opportunity to show off my channel point redeems.
Excellent.
I have to get up and to stretch, and I've come back to use a fried shrimp. Yeah, it's one of the hat redeems. I saw this hat in Warudo, and I was like, I have to. I need it. Look, the tail has physics. It wiggles. It wiggles. Genuinely the best thing that I've like encountered on the Warudo store. Oh, you know what I need to do? I know Solani's on a hiatus right now, but there is a Warudo prop that's like, because we were joking about the frickin' if and when I ever get around to bringing Calypso back, I need that shrimp hat. Fair. I can find you the link to the Warudo community page. Or you can just find it. It was one of the top results when I just looked for a hat in the search box, but yeah. What was I talking about? Oh yeah! There was that joke, we were joking with Solani about Horny Jail, and I found a cage, like an actual cage prop in Warudo that you can trigger. I need to like mess with it and invent a blueprint so that if he ever comes back to stream, we can set up a point redeem for putting him in Horny Jail. Whew. It would be so funny! I gotta put that on my to-do list. I gotta put that, cause like, Warudo has this thing where you can make blueprints and like export the blueprint and then import blueprints. So I could do the rigging and just give him the blueprint and he wouldn't have to figure out how to do the thing in the Warudo blueprint, because every time I open the Warudo blueprint, I like lose 5 sanity points and take some psychic damage because good. But like surely we can set it up so that like someone can redeem the Horny Jail point redeem and it would drop a cage on him and put him in Horny Jail. I know he's on hiatus right now because he's got 2 jobs and whatever else. And I mean, congratulations for managing to find not 1 but 2 jobs in this economy. It's that and the bunk thing. I need to figure that out. Because there's gotta be a way to do it in Warudo. There's just gotta be. There's so much shit you can do in Warudo, as evidenced by the amount of shit I've got on my model right now. Like, honestly, that was kind of the main thing that, like, made me switch from VC Face to Warudo, is just, like, it was, like, the tracking's a little bit better, it handles the leap motion hand tracking a lot better, but also, you can do shit like this.
No more moves.
I think my husband went back to work and is off lunch break now. I think that because I have not been spammed with a soda can or a sound redeem in about 5 seconds. But you know, what if I just did like a testing stream where I test out a bunch of random nonsense? I gotta go, talk to you later. Yep, see- oh god! Fuck! Damn it! Fuck! Damn it! Okay, I think the chat is lagging a little bit on my end because I saw that happen in the chat box up here on OBS before it actually showed up in the chat widget that I have open. Okay. Because when I play Bejeweled, it's not full screened, because for some reason OBS won't capture it if it's full screen. So I just have it on, like, I have OBS on the monitor over here, which is why you keep catching me doing this. Oh my god! Guys, I'm doing a talk. I'm joking. That was very, very funny. It was timed to happen at the same time! But yeah, so long story short, when I play Bejeweled, I move the little window with the chat in it to the first monitor, the same monitor with the game. And I mean, shout out to my old job for not wanting their monitors back. Really helped me get my multi-monitor setup back and up and running with a nicer monitor than I had in the first place.
Get ready.
But yeah, kid, you will be pleased to know that in addition to the ostrich, they have like a billion other critters that come free with Warado, including a crab and a lobster, which I saw and I was like, haha, it's Calypso. Yeah! So, if you do end up, like, finishing a 3D model for Calypso, you can have a little crab buddy.
Excellent.
That's good info to know. Yeah! I can't figure out if I can animate the ostrich or if he's just gonna sit there. But honestly, I think it's funnier if he just sits there.
Level complete.
It's already perfect. Yeah, let's be honest.
Get ready.
But yeah, it sucks that I, like, crashed out and didn't stream it all in December, because, like, I was looking through my props and stuff, and I had downloaded snowballs, and, like, the Santa hat, and, like, you could make it snow, like, and I just bailed right before any of that would become relevant, and now if I want to use it, we gotta wait until December. I can tell I'm running out of steam, but I'm only gonna be up for another half hour anyway, so I might as well, you know, in before I get, like, the longest game we've had on stream. And it just doesn't let me end stream on time. It never does.
Good.
But yeah, I wonder if my computer can run Among Us and, you know, all of the streaming setup at the same time. Because I know it absolutely fucking killed itself when we tried to play Pig together, but I think an Among Us stream would be really fun. Of course, getting enough people for an Among Us stream is going to be a bloody nightmare, but for something special like a Halloween stream, I think that would be fun.
No more moves.
Ah!
Go.
You know what would be a funny soundbite to use? Oh my god! There it is! 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 Okay. 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 There it is. I was like, I know it's coming. I know it's coming. I'm late to the. I was literally sitting here like, where's the beam? Where? It's coming. I know it's coming. But yeah, the media pipe face tracking is a lot better than the face tracking VC face had anyways. And the way it reads the leap motion tracking is a lot better. I gotta use them while they're cheap. Yeah, no, for sure. I have forgotten how to play Bejeweled. There we go. Okay. I was like, match the gems. Okay.
Excellent.
Woof, I'm getting... Oh, I should have asked my husband while he was in the chat what he wanted for dinner. Fuck. Oh well. He's gonna get whatever I make because he's gonna be too tired after work to argue. Grilled cheese. Not gonna lie though, I have not had a grilled cheese in a while. I could use like a really good grilled cheese, you know? Like with the really melty cheese and like some fucking ham, like deli sliced ham in the middle. That shit would be good. You know, okay, speaking of grilled cheese, there's a sort of specialty unique to this town, which is so there's a drinking district next to the college campus. And in that sort of barred downtown area, there's a truck. It's kind of hidden behind like a couple different alleyways and shit, but it's like a food truck, right? It's across the street from like the Starbucks. Well, no, that Starbucks isn't there anymore. It doesn't matter. So, the truck is associated with a donut shop that is also kind of a local specialty. The donuts are really popular. Truck is only open late at night on weekends. But people don't go to the truck for donuts, even though you can get donuts there. They go to the truck for the grilled cheese mac and cheese, which is a grilled cheese sandwich with macaroni and cheese in it, basically. And it's so good, but it's only good at like 2 in the morning when you just stood in line for like 30 minutes and you're like hanging out with your friends. You know what I mean? Like, it's greasy as hell. I wouldn't want to eat it all the time. But man, does that shit hit when it's like 2 in the morning and you're a little bit high from being tired. That sounds so bad, but so good. Yeah, exactly. Like, don't get me wrong. It's greasy as shit. But it also kind of fucks. I'm not gonna lie, I really enjoy the Bejeweled stream. There's a place over by the car dealership in that town that used to serve a buffalo sauce mac and cheese burger. Buffalo sauce mac and cheese burger. Oh my goodness. Again, it sounds like it would absolutely hit under the right circumstances. It sounds very situationally good. Does that make sense? Does anyone else understand what I'm trying to say there? Like, some foods are only good in certain situations. Like when it's 100 degrees outside and you've been playing at the park with your friends for like an hour and then you get like you get like some like ice water out of that big like yellow and red cooler in like a paper cup, and it just is the best thing you've ever tasted. But under any other circumstances, it would be garbage. You know what I mean? Holy shit, that was cool. I just blew up like half the screen. Nice. I'm so glad y'all are enjoying the Bejeweled hangout and chat streams as much as I do. Because I know just chatting is a very popular sort of stream format, but if I'm just sitting here, like, not doing anything, then I'm gonna start, like, losing my shit a little bit. I'm a little bit neurospicy, y'all, and yeah, it's like those little water cups in school. Water was never better. Exactly. There's certain situations in which something that would be awful is actually incredibly good.
No more moves.
Let's see if kids succumb to the nap or if they're gonna spray me with Mountain Dew again. I'm here, I'm just so sleepy, I know. I'm like, honestly, if you fell asleep, I wouldn't fucking blame you. Like, especially where I live, it's so, like, gray. I think it rained a little bit last night. It's gray, it's like 63 degrees. I'm spared this time, thank you. Thank you. And it's just like, damn, this is napping weather. I wish I didn't have to be awake, you know? I simply shouldn't be expected to function when the napping conditions are this perfect. It's very gray and rainy where you are too, yeah. One of my IRL friends is like obsessed with weather, and he was talking about I think there's probably like some storm cell just kind of like moving its way across the map in the way that they do. I don't know, I feel like I heard him talking about that. I will trade you, it has rained almost every day here for the last 3 weeks. Ugh! Actually, I had to take my umbrella to work this morning. Yeah. When I lived in Michigan, it would rain for weeks on end like that. Like, not, like, where, I live in Kansas now. And it does, like, rain off and on for, like, weeks on end. But, like, when I lived in Michigan, it was just constant. It did not stop. Horrible. Don't live in Michigan, folks.
Good. Level complete.
Whew. But yeah, that's the... I know I can customize the ad break messages with Seribot also. I might have to like look into doing that. At the moment, I was just too lazy. Like, I'm gonna level with you, I was just too lazy to change the ad break message. But yeah, no, I am planning more, like, seasonal redeems and stuff like that. Like, I mentioned, like, the snow and stuff that I was gonna employ in December before I, like, passed the fuck out and never came back. But, like, the reason why I downloaded the bandana and, like, it's like a whole pack of Pride bandanas was because I was planning on making a similar seasonal redeem in June for Pride Month. You know, kind of like the glasses where it just pops on for a little bit and then pops off. Because, like, you can make Warudo, toggle, just like, literally just like toggle a prop on and off with a point redeem. I didn't do that with the hats because I couldn't find a good way to like randomize it. I'm sure there is one, I just can't find it. It's like, I don't know if y'all seen the like blueprints menu on Warudo. It is frightening to me. I'm gonna be real. I'm glad that, like, the ability to sort of, like, throw a prop at you and get, like, the water spray set up and whatever was something that is, like, built in with the, onboarding menu that you can go through. Because otherwise I would never have figured that shit out. I'm sure if I looked online there are plenty of, like, tutorials and stuff too, but just, ugh. It's one of those menus where it's like, there's so much going on here and it's so overwhelming, and some of the language is a little bit confusing. Like, it took me a while to figure out, like, the toggle on and off thing, because what I thought was the right node for the blueprint was not the right node for the blueprint, and anyway, yeah. Long story short, awful, but...
Level complete. Get ready.
Because, like, you can set it for, like, to toggle an entire group of props, but it would toggle the entire group of props, so it would turn on every hat that I have at once. Which I have seen. It doesn't work. They, like, clip through each other, and it doesn't look good.
Good.
I do kind of want to set it up so that we can build, like a tower, like a hat tower, but I don't know. Another time. God, I'm hungry. I should have eaten more food for lunch, and I didn't. And then I was like, I'll grab a snack before stream, and I didn't. We're gonna have to get the John Mulaney, and then I didn't, as a as a sound effect redeem, I think.
Level complete. Get ready.
On a related note, I think that quesadilla was just a tiny bit over the edge because now I feel as if a food coma is coming on. Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. Okay. I have yawned on stream, that's how we know it's over. It's funny, because when I'm playing Pokemon on stream, I'll go for like 3 hours without even noticing. And then every other type of stream, I'm just like, guys, it's been like an hour and a half and I'm gonna like explode. But yeah, I don't know. Part of me wants to test and see if Among Us would work while I'm streaming, and the other part of me is like... yeah, I really just need a new computer so that I don't have to... Right? My stream stamina is so all over the place. Yeah! And that's true. I think with Pokemon it gives me the power of hyperfixation. Or shall I say special interest, because that's more accurate if I'm being honest with myself. Which also reminds me, I have not done the grinding off camera that I was supposed to do off camera. I'll probably get that done tonight. You know, low enough energy activity, and then I can try and get the volume balance a little better too. Because yeah, I listened to that VOD on the archive and it just was Well, and I don't know why OBS is doing this thing all of a sudden where it just doesn't capture my desktop audio until I, like, change the device from default to my headphones. Like, I don't know if it's just, like, the recent update messed up something or what. It's kind of annoying. I kind of need the audio to just work when I turn it on.
Excellent. Level complete.
But yeah, ideally, and the ideal scenario would be if we could get, like, because what had happened was, right, Sarah and you have to go, Jordan. Hope you catch your next stream. Yeah! Glad to see ya. Have a good day. See you next time. But yeah, ideally, we'd be able to get Solani and Saren and me and Kid all, like, out of hiatus at the same time. Because, like, it kind of, like, got all staggered weird. Because, like, Saren was streaming, and then I went in hiatus, and then Solani started streaming, and then I came out of hiatus, but Solani went into hiatus, and... Whoa. I don't know. It's just hard to find time and energy for streaming when you also have, like, a lot of stuff going on in real life, as we all do. And I just sort of exist in the nebulous void. Yeah!
Level complete. Get ready.
I don't know. Because, like, I want to do more collabs and things, but also, my ability to do collabs and things is severely limited by how much my computer can handle at once. Hint, hint, check out my throne. But anyways. And above all else, I do enjoy streaming, and I want to be able to, like, stick to it and make it, like, a serious thing without evaporating every 2 or 3 months like I have been doing. Like, I'm really doing my best to try and stick to it this time, you know? And I know I said that the last 2 times.
Level complete. Get ready.
But, like, especially with me not really being able to work full-time without, you know, killing myself. Having something else to just, like, do consistently is gonna be a lot better for my mental health than, you know. And if I'm consistent with it, who knows, I might even be able to make a little bit of money. I'm only, like, 20 bucks away from, like, getting a Twitch payout. That would be cool. Because Twitch doesn't actually pay you until you make $50. or at least $50, if that makes sense. And so between the bunch of gifted subs that I got last time, pre-hiatus, thanks again for that, and like the handful of subs I've gotten this time around, like, we might actually make it happen. I might actually get an additional $50. I don't know. I'm trying not to spend the whole stream talking about how broke I am. But there's only 5 minutes left, so I think this might just be the actual last game. I should have used the orange with that. That would have gone better for me. Oh well. I feel that, and I think I said I was coming back, and then I just didn't do that. Mood! I'm so serious when I say mood. Ugh. Because, like, that's the thing, it's like... It's like, I'm the kind of person where, it's not that I don't want to. My brain just, like, hiccups, and I forget that it's a thing. I literally have to check the stream schedules that I post on Blue Sky to remember when I'm supposed to stream. Same, yeah. I don't know, maybe one of these days I'll get, like, my ADHD actually diagnosed and treated, but who knows at this rate. I'm just so sick of doctors, man, and I don't want to get into it, frankly. Like, that's the main thing, it's just like, I don't want to go to a doctor again. I'm already going to, like, 4 different doctors, leave me alone. And of course I need to make time for like hobbies and video games to just like play and relax, or else I'm gonna like actually have a heart attack by the time I'm 50. Like, it's so hard to find the energy for hobbies, but also if I don't do my hobbies, I'm literally gonna explode. So, you know. This might be... Honestly, I don't think we got a single high score this entire stream. But to be fair, I've just... That's so fair, I've been doing appointments every Tuesday and Thursday for months, and that shit takes up a lot of time. It really does! And even with insurance, it gets expensive, too.
Level complete. Get ready.
Alright. When do you think the Bejeweled gods will let me go from this game? Because every time it's like around the time where I want to end stream, I get like the longest game in history and it just won't let me go. I'm kind of playing with the idea of doing a different game for these types of streams, but like Bejeweled is just so like, one, it's aesthetically pleasing, looks really nice. The sound effects and everything are very, like, you know, pleasing. 2, it takes up enough mental energy to sort of fill the gap so that I'm not, like, bored, but not so much mental energy that I'm not, like, paying attention to the chat and conversing. And I'm having a difficulty thinking of a different game that would... Because, like, I want to mix it up from time to time, you know? But I'm having difficulty thinking of another game that would, like, fill this niche. Maybe Viscera Cleanup Detail or, like, Power Wash Simulator or something like that? That's so fair. I was honestly thinking about doing Rodent's Revenge for me. You should. That would be so fun. We should do Power Wash Simulator. That's like a collab podcast. That would be so fun. That would be so fun. I need to make sure my computer can actually handle it, though. Okay. Surely I must be very true. Yeah, because, like, literally, I was like, we can do... Thanks, Nightbot, for the throne plug. The throne plug. Very conveniently timed. I do have a computer of choice on Throne for community funding. Crowdfunding, if you will. But I remember when we were gonna stream Peak, And I was like, the game runs when OBS is open and wired up. Like, literally, I was just like, I'm just gonna, like, open everything. I'm gonna do, like, a single player run to make sure it works. And it was working, like, even with, like, reduced graphics settings and things like that. And then we started streaming, like, together, and it chugged. It was so bad. It's so over when I get paid. I also put the Nintendo Switch... Did I ever respond earlier? I don't know. You're good. Don't even worry about it. I don't remember. I remember seeing you pop in and say hi. I'm glad you're doing good. I'm glad you're doing good. I do that all the time. You know what I do all the time? I do the thing where I just, like, type out half a message and then I don't press enter. You know, like, I get distracted by something else in a different window and I just open another window and then it vanishes from my mind and I never reply. So, like, you're good. I totally get it. Happens to me all the time. Happy April Fools. Happy Tato Day. For real, for one thing. I'm definitely keeping the ostrich with the smoothie on as a point redeem. Because, like, it's just so good. It has nothing to do with anything, and it's just so good. To be fair, it might have also been during an ad break. Like, I can see how, like, maybe the ad break came up at a weird time, and it like, the message didn't go through.
Excellent.
I said in the middle of an ad break when they can't hear me. Oh my god. Okay. You know, as per the usual, it has given me the longest game of Bejeweled in the history of mankind, because it's about time for me to end the stream. But that's fine. Come on, Bejeweled guy, what are you doing? Alrighty. But yeah. And I would give Sarah a shout out, but she's on hiatus right now. I might give her a shout out anyway. She's in my recommended streamers somewhere in the Twitch interface. I don't know, it's so confusing. I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, she's the one who actually set up my model with, whatever the fuck it's called, AR kit. Which is, basically just a set of, like, tracking things you can do to make the expressions on your model work a little better. So that I don't have to remember to keep hitting hotkeys and shit. Alrighty, well, that's gonna be it for today. Because I'm tired as hell. So, yeah, just a couple... I'm gonna check and... We made it! We sure did! I'm gonna check and see if anyone's live for a raid here in a moment. Ah! There it is! There it is! Okay! Okay! I'm gonna check and see if anyone's live for a raid here in a one more for the road? Yeah. In a moment. Just real quick, I wanted to talk to you, like, obviously, you know, Ko-fi, Throne, sticking around through the ads, subscriptions. I appreciate any and all of your support. Money's especially tight nowadays for basically everyone, so anything is appreciated. Let me pull up Twitch on my phone, because if I try to open it on my computer, it will explode. and find out what... Let's see if we have anyone live. Okay, let's go ahead and raid... I'm gonna go ahead and raid Jules, I think. She's a new one. I haven't actually... I popped into one of her streams for like... popped into one of their streams, pardon me, for like 2 seconds. But another trans non-binary VTuber. So let's hop over and give them a raid, and I will see you all next time. Bye!